Hi guys, my name's Seb Tudor, I'm the man on the Silver Mountain and welcome back. Today I wanted to talk about accountability, because I talk about responsibility a lot, but I don't, that's a very much more personal thing. I spent an awful lot of time of my life in leadership roles, and so accountability is like an extension of that within a circle. Especially within leadership roles, you can say that accountability is the acknowledgement of the responsibility for doing things, or for decisions, or policies, or for the scope of things, the obligation that you have to report to your higher ups, to explain things, or be answerable for resulting consequences of things happening. You know, and where, as I've said in previous videos, you're not responsible for anybody else just in your day-to-day. Sometimes it is incredibly important to be accountable to people. And there are some very specific places that I want to just talk about here for, where I feel that that's a thing. Firstly, I would say that if you say you're going to do something to someone, like if I tell my girlfriend that today I'm going to go and change the bed, or I'm going to go and put up a shelf, or I'm going to go and take the cat to the vet, or whatever else. If that's the thing that I say, then I've made a kind of statement of intention to her, and so yeah, she has a vested interest in what I'm doing. She can therefore, I would say, hold me accountable because I've specifically, within a shared environment, made that to her. A lot of you guys living out there with housemates at the moment, if you say something to your housemates that you're going to do something, if you're going to take responsibility for something, then you should do it. And then if you don't, then yeah, you should be accountable to them. You should have your explanation or your ability to answer for why it hasn't been done, or what the other results and consequences are. That's pretty straightforward. Moving on from that, just from friends, in regards to relationships, I wouldn't say that you're responsible for people, but you can be accountable in the same way that you would be to housemates, or to just general people, or people that you work with, or whatever else. For example, if I'm, again, doing things with my girlfriend and we've got a separation of labour between the two of us for various just household chores, yeah? Like if I do the ironing and the hoovering, and she does some of the cleaning in the kitchen, or whatever else, if that's an idea of the things that we do, and the way that we divide up the jobs between us, then what it comes down to is, even if that's a completely unspoken arrangement, you're answerable for getting those tasks done. Especially when you're in a close relationship, when you're depending on one another to get things done, that becomes a much more sizable thing. So now I just want to say, what is it that happens if you're not accountable? Well, it can be really problematic for you, and I realise that lots of people don't like that word problematic because of the other people that use it, but in this case it's true. It causes you problems. If I, in my leadership roles that I've been in, hadn't been accountable to the people up the chain, and hadn't just gone, something fucked up, that was on me, then what happens when it gets found out? Yeah, what happens if I try to blame other people? Well, eventually it's going to come right back around and bite you in the ass, because other people will be willing to blame you. If you've just basically lied and said it was someone else when they hadn't even touched it, then you're lying, and the lie will get found out, and they'll, people will come down much, much harder for you, or on you even, if you've been found to be doing not achieving the results, and then also lying about it afterwards. I'm going to do a video on honesty at some point in the future as well, I'm sure, because it comes into so many parts of life. But what it comes down to is, with this, with accountability, with taking ownership and responsibility of the things that you have said to others that you are going to do, or the various other like byproducts of decisions that you've made and stuff like that, what it comes down to is, if you take accountability and it doesn't go well, but you put your hand up and you go, yep, that was me, That's you taking ownership. No one's going to hold that against you if then the next thing you say is, yeah, that was me, and now I'm going to fix it. Take ownership of it, take hold of it, understand it, get your claws into it, and then once you've got that, people can't take it away from you, and you're just going to keep rolling on it. It's all part of that resilience thing, you know. Knowing your responsibilities allow you to know where your limits are, which means you know where to defend, where to hold the line. Accountability is the same, but instead of your personal fortress, you know where the line is in regards to the lands around it. Yeah? You know how far your domain extends, and so as a result of being accountable, taking ownership of those things, being answerable, and acknowledging that you are a responsibility, you know, even if this is what you're responsible for in your little fortress, but then you've got this wider range of land outside of that you can like stick your flags in and go, this is mine, this is what I'm taking responsibility for, it's under my protection, this is the stuff that I'm going to do. Yeah? Be accountable to others, because if then someone comes to challenge you on that and you've taken responsibility for it, that's your space. That's a thing that you can take hold of now. It's something that you can directly lend your personal strength to. Simple and straightforward. Not a problem. But anyway, let me know what you guys think about accountability. You know, when have you guys had to be accountable to others for things that you've done? You know, I'm sure that there are lots of you that have had to been in those kind of situations as a result of jobs. Maybe you were accountable to someone like me further up the chain, or maybe you were someone like me who was accountable to people even further up the chain. You know, maybe you've been accountable to all manner of different clients or people that you've done or made arrangements with. You know, let me know. It'd be interesting to hear some of the stories. But otherwise, if you found, you know, this little ramble on this at all interesting, then please drop me a like. Otherwise, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Take care, guys.